Hey everybody on Facebook, Donnie Weddle here. Nope, this is not a commercial. This is an inspirational, motivational video, or at least it was to me this morning. I want to share an experience with you. I did this morning as I do every morning. Came into my office here at the home, logged onto the computer, brought up email in case I needed to respond to emails for any clients. Get some information back to them as quick as they need it. I also at that time view some things in the real estate world we call hot sheets. Lets me know what's going on in the industry and that type of thing. I also at that time review my calendar so I know what's happening, know what my objectivity is for the day, and make sure that I get that done on time. I started this morning about 7. Anyway, as I share this video with you guys out there, this is my first live video. I've been encouraged by fellow people in the industry, some good friends of mine, and just other folks to start doing live videos so that people can get to know me and get to know what I'm doing and that type of thing. And well, this morning, if you like what I'm saying, if you're out there, give me a like, give me a wow, make a comment. Now, no haters. If you got something that's constructive criticism, that's fine. Simply personal message me that, and I'll look at it. But what I want to share with you this morning is the last 3 weeks, I've been getting some random phone calls from fellow colleagues that I worked with in the past, and actually some customers of mine in the past, and they've had some questions because we're friends on Facebook, and they see some of the posts I'm making about my diet and about my running and that type of thing, and it's kind of inspired them, and so they wanted to know what's going on and why they change, and I thought, you know what, I need to share that change. And one of them actually called this morning during my run, and you know, when you're running, I had my 80s music going on this morning, my long hair band. I kind of got it playing in the background a little bit there. You might be able to hear it, but had that going. So when the phone rang and that stopped and I'm running, I'm like, okay. So I'm like, man, can we talk in just a few minutes when I get finished running, or is it that important? You know, someone dying, you need to tell me about something, or someone in the hospital. If it's that important, what is it? He goes, no, man. He goes, I'm here with my boss, and we just want to talk to you about some of the things that you've got going on in your life and things you're doing, and we want to know what's motivated you to do what you're doing, and man, we want you to know that just the few things you put on Facebook and seeing some of the things and talking to friends and family of ours that you've kind of motivated me, and we want to talk to you about that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get back to the office. I'll be glad to call you guys. I normally go straight to the shower when I get back, and we then go to work. So he and I spent probably 30 minutes. I tried running with him, and I did a pretty good job for a while, I'll be honest with you. 6 months ago, no. Today, I ran pretty good for a little bit, and then I finally stopped, and we just visited for a while, and then I went ahead and finished up another mile. But anyway, I promised him that when I got back to the office, that I would get prepared, because he and I have a Skype video with his boss and a couple of their other employees at their business, and they want to pick my brain and go through some things. So I'm going to share with you just real quick what kind of inspired him. Hopefully it'll inspire you a little bit, and then we'll go from there. But first off, they wanted to know what motivated me to get out there and run on a daily basis. Well, I was true to him. I don't get the opportunity to run every day. I would love to run every day. I run as much as my knees will let me. You know, getting to be 50 years old comes with some aches and pains, and I know some more mature folks that may be on the video go, you have no idea yet. And I tell you, it was 25 to 27 years of walking on concrete at my previous career that took a toll on those knees. Not to mention, you know, I got up to 312 pounds. And so that kind of gets me into what he wanted to know about. He wanted to know a little bit about, you know, his boss didn't know me, so I've shared with his boss about my background and my work history. And many of you probably don't know this, but I actually began a career in retail over 40 years ago. That's right. I started working at a retail establishment for my Uncle Rick and Aunt Ginger. I did summer jobs for them, working in their retail establishment. I took the money that I made at their business, and I bought school clothes and back to school supplies for me back then. What I learned back then from that was real simple: accountability. You work, you earn money, you're able to buy stuff. So I was accountable and affordable to be able to do that. I helped my family out by not putting that burden on them. I'm going to turn this video down just a hair more so I can talk without any clutter in my background. But the thing that I got out, like I said, was work ethic. And it taught me that you work, you can afford to buy things, and you benefit your family from that. Now let's jump forward with him. I told him that I would be with them as long as they need today on Skype. I'm not going to take you guys as long with them. They asked for an hour and a half. I'm going to give you guys about 6 or 7 minutes. I'll try to be at that, and then if it goes longer, whatever. But if you stay with me, I appreciate it. If you don't, I understand, but you can always come back to this because I'm going to repost this, so it's not just a live video. It'll be posted again, and then I'll also put it on my YouTube so that people can go view that. But I got really inspired during our conversation, and because it inspired me from the fact that he wanted to know why and what's going on, and where am I coming from, what's happening in my life that's moving me to this point of getting healthy and different career and that type of thing. Well, as you know, like I said, I started 40 years ago in retail. I worked for Walmart, many of you know that, for right at 27 years. I retired as a store manager. And the thing that in Walmart that I loved Walmart, I loved the people that I worked with. Great people worked there, great customers. After a while, though, the hours and hours and hours that I had to work began killing me, began killing my life. And what I mean by that, I dedicated so much time to the work that I didn't dedicate the time I needed at home. Now, I was kind of raised that way, in fairness. I was taught that to take care of your job, make the money so you can bring the money home to be able to take care of your life. Now, for me, I didn't do a very good job taking care of the life at that time, evidently health-wise, nor partner-wise. And so guess what? My health separated from me. I decided actually that I couldn't go on. I had a doctor that told me that if I continued with that type of 80, 90 hours a week work, the stress levels, and at that point there was no sense of satisfaction in my career based on just some different things going on. So I decided time to leave. So I did retirement just a few years ago. Lo and behold, just as soon as the good paying job went away, it wasn't long, and the life changed, and she and I separated. Funny how that works out, but that's okay, because it was one of the best things for me in my life that has ever happened. Number one, I got a great foundation for a career and a great knowledge of how to operate a business, and I got a great knowledge of the good things and bad things to do in a relationship, if that makes sense to you. So I'm getting off target here. My friend, colleague, wanted to know why make that change, and I told him that I needed to, number one, I wanted to be around to be with family and friends and make a difference. I made a difference in customers' lives every day at work. For 20 some odd years there with Walmart, I helped them get the merchandise, the goods, the materialistic things they needed. I wasn't truly helping. I mean, I did with some of the charity things that we did, but not to the level that I aspire to in changing people's lives and helping them. So that's what motivated me to take almost a year off once I got retired from Walmart. Lived at the lake. So I spent, goodness, I don't know, a good part of the time on the boat, out on the water, cruising around. I hate to say the word beach bum, but I enjoyed catching rays. You know, when you think about it and you work in retail, when everybody else is out at the lake on weekends and they're laying out on the holidays, it's not happening for you. You're making sure the counters are restocked for the next day and that type of thing. So I got very little holidays. actually, when I retired, I was able to actually go have some Thanksgiving and Christmas meals with my family at home, being my brothers and their wives and their kids, my nieces and nephews that I didn't get to spend time with for years. So that really impacted me that year. And during that year, I actually also ran into a high school friend that challenged me to get out of the box, do something different, be sporadic for once. And I did. And they encouraged me to move to Broken Arrow. And so I moved to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Never thought I would live in a metro area, but I am, and I do, and I enjoy it. I love it. You know, I want to touch briefly on that year too, because like I said, his whole thing was wanting to know what impacted me and what made me go where I'm doing and what I'm doing. And as I said, I was able to reconnect with family. I mean, I didn't lose disconnect with them. I just didn't get to spend the time with them I wanted. I connected with old friends that I hadn't seen in a long time. And then I made new friendships during that time, some that are great friends today. So let's jump forward. Now I'm up in Broken Arrow, okay? This great friend of mine is afforded me a place to come up and to grow, if you will. We get talking. They want to go into business together. What kind of business can we go in together that would be good for you and I both, a mutual thing that we can both take, make a living in, and then be able to share some of our profits and things of that nature with others. And I'd always had a desire to do house renovations. I've done a lot of the construction industry in the years in the past back in high school with my dad and some friends and things of that nature. So we discussed creating a business to buy and sell properties, renovate them, and then resell them. And so we created a company called Southern Belle Properties. During that same time, I said, well, you know, I've also had the dream over the years, and don't ask me why, but I wanted to sell real estate as a real estate agent. And so he asked me what's really encouraged me in that type of thing, and I wanted to create these businesses is what I wanted to do. But the thing that's inspired me the most about my business and got me encouraged is the education process. So I've dedicated the last 2+ years to education, and I don't mean formalized education in college. I have took some courses over the last couple of years, but educating by hiring mentors and coaches. I employed over the last 2 years some of the best and brightest coaches around the United States. I have coaches right now in San Diego, North Carolina, Nebraska, Iowa, 2 in Texas. I actually employed a physical trainer over the last 16 months. As far as a mind coach, I didn't employ one. Those were available and readily for me to reach out to. I think I had the best mind coach right here, my partner in the business. Very, very impactful as far as keeping me accountable and reacting to me. So I got extremely educated. I went to, goodness, I couldn't give you the number of hours that I've mentored under people and did studies. I did a week in Minnesota. I did a week in Baltimore. Traveled to DC to meet with people for training. I actually spent a week, a real estate conference in Las Vegas, Nevada last December with over 4,000 real estate people, like-minded real estate people. And one of the big things that I focused on there was negotiation. I traveled to Las Vegas, Nevada to meet with a group of people to learn negotiation skills. So it was pretty exciting stuff. I get to go again this year. We're going to go back in December again this year, and we're going to be focused on a different area of the real estate industry to learn more. As I said, we opened a company called Southern Belle Properties, and then I also, went to the pre-licensing school. I studied, took my licensing exam, passed it the first time, by the way. created a small company, real estate firm, if you will, and I'm affiliated with Keller Williams Preferred here in Broken Arrow. So shout out to you guys at Keller and what y'all have taught me and what y'all keep encouraging me to do. Great bunch of people there. And just, I look forward to building relationships there while growing the relationships in the other part of my business that I'm doing. I'm getting a little bit of background there, get a little further along on that than I wanted to. What I wanted to tell you about what really excited me and what he wanted to know that was really cool for me was he wanted to know what drove me there. What he said, was it money? What I said, yeah, it's fame, fortune, and all that stuff, big fancy cars and all that stuff. No, it's not the money. It's not any of that. In years past, it was. The money was why I did what I did, 80, 90 hours a week, because I wanted to be able to have money so that I could buy stuff to impress people, to attract a wonderful partner one day. Well, I did. I attracted a partner, great lady, just she and I had different points of view and we've separated. So she's gone her way, I've gone mine. Now my thing is, the thing that I learned from my coaches over the past 2 years, one of them in particular, it's not how much money you make, it's what you do with the money that you do make. You know, my dad was called frugal, tight. I won't use the word cheap, but frugal or tight, let's use that. And that's not what this coach of mine is speaking to. It's, you have a certain amount of money you have to live on, your lifestyle. If you're living your lifestyle too high, lower your lifestyle. Your business has a certain amount of money, base level that you have to operate at. Once you get past that, then you're going to be looking at your savings and your retirement. And then there should be more. What are you doing with those funds to help others? And he doesn't mean going buying nieces and nephews, new cars and new clothing and things of that nature. It's what are you going to do to help benefit people? How can you impact the world you live in? And so that's something that was remarkable to me because that goes hand in hand with what my partner and I created Southern Belle Properties for. And so I'm going to get into more of that in a different video. I'm actually even creating a YouTube channel, and I would encourage you to, once I get that up and going, I'm going to blast it on Facebook and make you aware of it, and I want you to come subscribe. And the reason being is this whole video started this morning. I'm excited, and I'm sitting down right now because my legs are quivering because I just got through that big run. But they want me to Skype with them and tell them what helped me get motivated to do the health part of my life, what motivated to help me to get my career in order, what helped me to get motivated to get my relationship in order, okay? And then how did I go about that? How did I have the time to do that? And it's real simple. For him, I told him, I said, you know, you got to have people that inspire and motivate you, and I employed coaches to do that. Now, I didn't employ coaches to inspire me to get healthy. I watched videos on Facebook, believe it or not. A gentleman by the name of Thomas Potter posts his runs on there. Many of you guys that are friends of mine are friends of his. Kelly Garcia, she's a realtor with Keller. She posts pics of her runs on Facebook, and that inspires me. Eddie Smith, a good friend of mine, he used to be able to do 8-minute miles. He inspires me. I see many friends of mine who post pics and who post videos and stuff of that nature about their health and where they're going, diets, things of that nature. So that's what inspired me and that type of thing. And that's what encouraged me. They told me today, if that's what got you going with your health, you need to go right to your office today, make a video, and then call us and get on the Skype, and we'll go from there. So that's what I'm telling you today is, you know, when you get up this morning, get up, go moving. You know, I realize you can't run. I'm like I told you, at 50 years old, my knees are killing me. I'm having to take medications to be able to do that, and I could have ran almost twice as far today, but boy, they were really hurting. So get up, get moving, get healthy. The other thing I would challenge you is, as far as whatever business you're in, whatever career you're in, make sure that it's not about the money. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't go quit your job today because you got to have money to pay the bills. I go back to my dad's thought process there. You got to take care of the job to take care of the life, okay? But when you get to that point where you can say, you know, am I making the right decision at work. It may not be you need to change careers. Maybe you need to change position at the career, or you need to change the way you approach the career. A lot of times the issue is us, not the job itself. Okay? I'm very fortunate. I found a job, a career that I absolutely love. I love real estate because I get to help people. I get to help people find their dream homes. I get to help people with the largest investment they'll ever make in their life. That is very rewarding. The other side, on my actual renovation and resale business, I get to help people sometimes who need to get out of that investment that they made because it was a bad investment for them. It was too much of an investment. We can help them out. And then you know what? Long-term gains from that is we get to take those funds that we make out of that company and help others. So the whole thing for this video today is to tell you that I get to help others. And that's what I'm most excited about. This group of guys that I'm going to be calling in a little bit, it's kind of an interview, if you will, but they're asking me to be a coach for them. They want me to be a mentor, coach. You know, mentor is such a corporate word. Coach comes from the sports industry, if you will. And even when I was with Walmart, those almost 25 years of management, we were coaches. We helped get people to do a better, whatever they were doing, we tried to help them do a better job, whatever they were doing. So I'm excited because I get to be a mentor and a coach, an accountability partner for these guys. My background is real estate, retail sales. That is pretty much the majority of my life. I got a little bit of construction knowledge, but outside of that, and they want me to come be a sounding post, someone with outside of the industry eyes to identify things that they can do better. Number one, to make their operations better. Number two, to give them a better image and make sure that they're being perceived out of their industry as good stewards of their industry and the neighborhoods or the communities that they operate in. So I'm excited about that. I look forward to the opportunity. And he's actually asking me that if I might be interested in creating a curriculum, if you will, for future clients of theirs to go through. So I'm excited about that. I've actually got another colleague who was a coach and a teacher within my past company I worked at that I'm going to try to get to help me and see if he's interested in helping me write that curriculum and go from there. You know who you are, and I'll be looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. But guys, I've rattled on a long time. I hope that you got something out of this. Again, please like, share, give me some comments, positive, negative comments. That doesn't help anybody, not on this video. Personal message me, tell me what I need to do better. I look forward to hearing from you, and let's see if we can't make the world a better place. Talk to you later.